Days have passed, money's piled up, and I think we're ready to consider a family. All right, so Father Winter, Clement, he's invited himself over once again, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to ask him a very important question. And it's also part of why I've been holding on to this money that she's been accumulating over the past couple of days. She works again in 16 hours, but in that time she's been off since we were last together. She has researched and written two books and published both of those books. And we should be getting some more royalties in the morning. It's the money just keeps piling up. And so I would like to create a nursery with the money that we have. We're pretty well set up as far as our actual, like needs and necessities. We could make a few adjustments over time, but it's not a priority right now. But I want to kind of expand the family and the home. And I think I've really truly decided that what I would like to do is for her to be kind of a single mom. She is a loner. She's very comfortable with being by herself. She has this strong friendship with him, and I think that she is feeling comfortable asking him about it. So we will kind of see if we can do this. We should have enough money left to very easily build a nursery, even after the expense of a science baby. Oasis Hemingway will make a quick trip to the hospital and use her and Clement Frost's genetic material to have a new baby through science. Are you ready to add a newborn to your household? More than ready. I think it's past time. Now, I have a mod installed which allows for us to decide if we want to do this instantly or go through the pregnancy. And generally, I prefer to go through the pregnancy, which is what I'm going to do this time. I think it will give us time to prepare. It will give her time to enjoy the pregnancy. And to me, feels just a little bit more realistic. All right, it says, congratulations, Oasis is expecting. There's going to be a new addition to this household. And that also means I need to put a new addition on this household. Okay, so I didn't get as far as I had hoped because as I was playing around with things and deciding on the layout, when I finally found the layout, it was a bit bigger than I planned on. So there are some adjustments to be made eventually here, including actually putting furniture into the nursery and, maybe putting up some wallpaper. This little bump out also I plan to extend by one on each direction just to make it a bit bigger. It'll make sense in a moment. So this area has kind of remained the same, except that we've moved the kitchen into its own separate room, which will eventually be larger. We have a hallway here going off to the two bedrooms and a shared bathroom back here. I decided to bump it out just for some interest, and yeah, I definitely need some landscaping. I need, walls. I have bits of the exterior walls still remaining here. They are pretty much out of money, but as I said, she'll be making money in just a couple of hours anyway, and we have two more books that will have been added to that, so we should have some pretty significant stuff coming our way. And I have pregnancy set to 2 days, so we should have more than enough to get things accomplished before the baby arrives. Now we're going to go ahead and give Clement a set of keys. He will be the father of the baby. I think it's only fair he gets to visit and hang out. Also kind of wanted to mention that off screen I did take Precious in and get her fixed, so she should not be having any babies again. We would technically, I guess, have room for one more, but I think 5 cats and a baby will be more than enough for us to deal with. It takes a lot of time to write books, and we're already struggling a little bit there as it is. Hopefully it's in the budget for us to maybe hire a nanny or something later on. Now this is one of her bucket list items to have a child, so we should be checking that off. We have been slowly working our way through the things required for our aspiration. She has work in 14 hours, and skills are looking pretty decent. Her writing is getting very close to maxed out, and she actually does quite a bit of cooking. It seems to be something she enjoys, so we're having fun with that. And she has started to pick up a little bit of gardening as well. I think all of that kind of fits together. Now, I will not have her really truly take up any of these additional skills until we have actually maxed out her career. And that's not some arbitrary thing that I've come up with. It is actually part of the challenge that the AI came up with. So we also need to max out another like creative skill. So I've been kind of thinking on this, and I think she has many things that she's interested in, but I think I would like to focus on perhaps the violin. I think it would fit the overall, like, very stereotypical idea of a person that we have come up with here. And all of that said, I'm going to have her sit down and get another book underway. She's not going to have a whole lot of time very soon, so we want to make sure that we are spending some time writing while we can. There we go, royalty reports coming in with over 2,000 simoleons in royalties. She's also working, and we have a check mark here indicating solid chance that we're going to get a promotion today. So once she gets home, hopefully we'll be able to make some changes to the house. And this crazy letter has to be a joke, right? Oasis is pretty sure she's getting played by an internet jokester, but there's no way to know for sure. If she publishes the letter, it'll be her most famous column ever. Or she could just ignore it to be safe. Ooh, I don't feel like she's a risk-taker type, so I think she's going to ignore it. By playing it safe, Oasis avoids any damage to her career. Of course, she also does no specific good to her career either. You know, I'm cool with that. There we go. I really assumed that that was coming, to be honest. Oasis has been promoted to regular contributor. She will now make an additional 6 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 50 simoleons per hour. She received a bonus of 703, an open book framed, and new clothes. We're going to make some changes to her outfits, and I'm going to make some changes to the house. Alright, I think we made some actual progress here. We finally have some more windows, some landscaping. We've got the fireplace topped off here, and we've gotten most of the decorating done inside. Obviously, there are several things I still want to do, but we have wallpapers, we have floors, the kitchen is mostly complete, the living room mostly complete also. I do eventually want to put bookcases on either side over here, and this has been designated as what will be her desk office area eventually. We need to obviously add like side tables and dressers and things like that in her bedroom. The bathroom is mostly complete. A bit of an odd layout, but I think we've made it work. The nursery obviously needs some work, but we have at least the bassinet. I did toss a changing table in there because I'm figuring I should be able to sell the bassinet, and that will give me enough to buy the infant bed, or at least some infant bed, when that time comes. Over here is the kitchen, kind of slightly rearranged a bit to make things work. And yeah, got a chance to use those new tiles in there as well. I decided to go with the patterned ones. This here was the book reward that she received. I did debate selling it, but I thought it was more fun to place it here where I will eventually have her desk. The cats have been bringing home feathers. I thought that was like just the perfect thing to decorate the wall in the baby's room. Another day of work, another day of royalties. The bills have been paid, and I'm going to make a couple more changes around our little, well, not so little anymore, cottage. Okay, so we've added bookcases into the living room. I really struggled because I wanted something that looked a bit more built in, but the ones that do are a bit out of our budget yet at this point in time. I might change that eventually, but that is what we're at for now. You kind of get the idea of what I'm going for. We also added a coffee table and a lovely little candle, someplace for the cats to hang out. The whole area is feeling very cozy to me. I feel like I could easily curl up in any spot here and read a book or write a book. Not a lot of big changes in the dining area. I'm still kind of debating if I want to change things up here. It did start out as our like cheap furniture, but I feel like over time we're going to probably find something a little bit more ornate. But for now, we've included some flowers. Over here's our little office space. I grabbed the desk from the gem kit, which I'm completely forgetting the name of right now, but I felt like it fit the whole vibe. And I had a little fun with the chair. I didn't want to go over the top, leathery, expensive just yet. She doesn't quite have the money for it, but at the same time, she has a little bit of quirkiness, and I feel like the chair kind of fits that. I just added a rug here in the nursery. It's nothing major. I was struggling to find something that fit because we're not quite sure yet what she's having, so I didn't want to lean too far into a gender or a style just yet. I wanted it to be more her style, and as the baby grows, we'll kind of change things up to suit them. Now she's on the edge of a burnout and she needs a break from writing, and I think that is a great place for us to wrap it up. We'll save the baby for next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and keep on being perfectly you.